Mrs. Andrews here, and I'm going to spend some time with you right now talking about organization. You are going to have 5 main classes that you're going to be traveling to throughout your day. You're going to need to worry about math, literacy, science, social studies, and an elective. On your school supply list, you're going to notice that's going to ask you to get a certain number of spiral notebooks, a certain number of folders, and some other supplies. Those spiral notebooks and folders are going to be for each of those core classes that you're going to be taking. You're going to notice where I'm sitting right now is what your typical class is going to look like. You'll be sitting at a table that you'll share with a partner. There's nothing underneath it for you to store your stuff, so you have to be able to keep your stuff fairly contained and compact, but still have your stuff. So I'm going to show you how you can take all of this stuff that you have here, and it's on that school supply list, and get it organized so that you're able to get from class to class quickly and easily with everything that you're going to need. So let's first start talking about what you can do for each of those classes. You're going to notice, like I said, that you're going to need some folders and some spiral notebooks. So what I have in front of me here is a set of those folders and spiral notebooks. When it comes to getting a folder, you'll want to make sure that you get one that is 3-hole punched. You don't want to get the ones that have the prongs in it. Those are just really cumbersome. They don't work very well, and you just end up getting really frustrated with it. So if you can get a sturdy folder that has those 3-hole punches in there, those really work the best. Then you're going to want to have just your nice basic spiral notebook, and you're going to notice that I have a label up here, and I've labeled that this is going to be for my literacy class. And I have my folder and I have my notebook both labeled as literacy. And I've even kept them the same color as a way to keep myself organized, and I can find my stuff a little bit easier. Don't forget, you should have your first and your last name on both of those. Just in case you leave it behind in class, it'll make it easier for your teacher to get it back to you. So I have a set here. This is for literacy. I have a set for math. I have a set for science. Here's my set for social studies. And then I've got a set for my elective. Well, it's going to be pretty hard to try and carry all of this stuff around with you, and to try and run it back and forth into your locker in between classes just makes you rush. You usually end up leaving something behind. So that's where we want to talk about 2 organization systems that work really well, and we usually see most 1st, 6th graders use. One of them is a 3-ring binder. This one's actually a 1.5 inch, and I'm going to show you how we can put that together. But I would recommend a 2-inch one, because with that 5th class, that elective tends to make things a little bit tight in this binder. So I'd probably go with the 2-inch if you decide to do a 3-ring binder. But what kids will do is they'll take that 3-ring binder and they'll just simply put all of their folders and their notebooks into this binder. And in fact, they'll do it in the order that they have their classes. So the very first class that they have that one on top. And then their second class they have in their schedule, that's what goes in their second. So I'll just start to do a few of these so you can get an idea of what that would look like and how that would work. So notice how the 3-ring folder just very easily dropped right in there. Put the corresponding notebook that goes with that class right on top of it. I can have my next class, drops right in there for that folder, and I can drop in my next spiral notebook. Here comes my 3rd class, and I go ahead and I can drop that in there and put that spiral notebook in on top. And that goes on until you get all 5 of your classes in there. Then what happens is it closes up really nice. You grab your Chromebook and your pencil pouch, and you're ready to go to all of your classes. A second way that kids have found really helpful for being organized requires just having the spiral notebooks. So let me show you how that one works. But I'm going to pull these out real quick because I'm going to use them in my next organization system. And the next organization system is actually this expanding file folder right here. And in fact, I'm even going to hold up the label for it because some parents have found that really helpful. These can be found on Amazon, and if you just look for this expanding folder, you'll be able to find those at a fairly reasonable price. You're going to notice that when it opens up, it has the folders already in there. I've gone ahead and put the labels in there for each of my classes, And in fact, I put 2 labels for each class. So if I have math first, I put math and a second math. One folder is just for dropping that spiral notebook in there. And then the second folder right behind it is for putting the papers. So I'm going to go ahead, just put my spiral notebooks in there so you can see how that gets organized. Drop that in. Again, the kids will usually put label their classes in the order that they have them. And then they have their last class. What's nice is that it zips right up. And nothing's going to fall out of it. They grab their expanding file folder. They're able to put their Chromebook right on top of that, their pencil pouch that holds all their school supplies, and then they're ready to carry all their stuff to their next class. Speaking of the school supplies, this is a really great tool to have. It's just a basic pencil pouch. It's nice. It has those 3 rings in there. So if you get like the 2-inch binder, you could actually, some kids store it right into their binder. Zips up nicely. You're going to want to have a really basic set of colored pencils. Drops right in there and fits. Very simple and basic pencil sharpener. That's great when you're just working at your table and you do need to sharpen up your colored pencils for whatever work you might be working on. You will want 2 pencils with you at all times. Again, you'll be asked to get a fairly large amount, but you only need to have 2 with you at a time. A lot of kids store those extra pencils on the top shelf of their locker, and then when they run out of a pencil, they can just easily go grab one. You'll also want to have a highlighter, a fine tip Sharpie. We use these a lot in science and social studies class, labeling diagrams, maps. Those are really helpful. You'll want to have like a basic pink eraser, that white eraser for art class, a glue stick, and then just a nice basic pair of scissors. This is one that even has a little tag on it, so it has the person's label, so there's no confusion as to whose scissors are whose. It zips up, and again, there's my pile, and I'm ready to go. What's really nice about this is when it comes time to the end of the day, you have your backpack. It's really easy just to drop your binder right in there. Go ahead and put your Chromebook right in on top. Take your pencil pouch with you so you can do the work you need to do. Zip it up, and then you're ready to go home. I hope that's helpful for you as you're starting to take a look at school supplies over the summer. We're looking forward to seeing you in the fall. We're better together here at AMS Middle School. Looking forward to seeing you.